Alright everyone, I really don't like making these videos. Let's talk about the shooting and death of Amir Locke. I hope I'm saying the young man's name right. I watched the video that has been released, and the facts that I understand are as follows. A young black male lying under some blankets on a couch, most likely asleep, but we don't know that. Lying there, most likely comfortable, feeling somewhat secure. All of a sudden, the police execute a no-knock search warrant. They burst into the apartment. They use a key. There's no knock. No announcement of who they are until they are entering the apartment. And in about 10 seconds, Amir had to process all of this. Imagine lying there. Imagine if you wake up from a dead sleep. I mean, it's horrible to use that term, dead sleep. He emerges from a sleep, and he has to shake off sleep, deal with the panic and terror of someone coming into the apartment, and then him trying to fight to spare his own life. Now let's imagine if he was awake, watching television. Still, that's a lot to process. You see, the police weren't looking for Amir Locke. But because Amir had a firearm, a legally owned and permitted firearm. See, this young man was a Uber driver from what I understand, and he wanted a firearm for his safety. Makes sense. Why he had the firearm with him while he was watching television or sleeping is beyond me. But it's not something up for any of us to question. It's his constitutional right. So I'm not going to ask why. I sleep with a gun by my headboard. So, I get it. Young Amir did not need to die. Now, I'm going to tell you what I don't believe. I don't believe this was a racially motivated shooting. I think anyone that spins it as such is a moron. I don't believe the police are morally wrong. I don't really believe that they're ethically wrong. But I do believe that things have to change. And I'm not going to pretend to know how to change things. You see, from what I understand, no-knock warrants are a necessity sometimes. I mean, if you knock, people go out the back door. If you knock, people can take hostages. If you knock, people can become prepared. It can become very dangerous. I'm not a SWAT team member. I'm not skilled enough, nor am I trained enough to understand the intricacies, the complicated nature of such a need to have no-knock warrants. Knock warrants are dangerous enough. So I can't say that the police are wrong. But I can't say that Amir did anything wrong. He didn't do anything wrong, and he didn't deserve to die. This is not a time for people to become angry and panic and protest, to vilify police officers or to vilify Amir Locke. Amir did nothing wrong, and the police were doing their job. I mean, that police officer that shot Amir is going to have to live with this for the rest of his life, and I hope that he's able to say, I did what I was trained to do, and find some comfort and solace in knowing that there was no malice. Of course, I'm giving the benefit of the doubt, but I can't imagine that in this situation, any SWAT team member would say, oh, look, a black guy curled up in blankets, let's shoot him. I mean, according to the video, Amir did have the firearm. He wasn't pointing it at the police, but in 10 seconds, in the rush, none of us know exactly what was happening, what the officers exactly saw, or what they perceived. So I don't think that the police are wrong in this situation. I certainly don't believe that Amir Locke is wrong in this situation. But ultimately, something horrible happened. and I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to convince anyone else this was anything other than a horrible tragedy. I mean, some people are going to say, let's abolish no-knock warrants. Sometimes you gotta do no-knock warrants. I mean, let's say you're hunting Saddam Hussein, right? Can't let him know you're coming. You know, you're hunting bin Laden. You're hunting evil people. We don't know who the police officers were looking for in that no-knock warrant. Let me offer this. If the story was slightly different, let's say the police officers exercised a no-knock warrant because they were trying to apprehend a known violent pedophile. And the violent pedophile was asleep on his couch. And the police went in, and exactly what happened to Amir Locke is what happened to the pedophile. No one would question it. No one would question the legitimacy or necessity of a no-knock warrant. They would say, good, pedophile got what was coming to him. I'd be hard-pressed to find any sympathy for the pedophile also. But because Amir Locke died, we question things, and we should. Should the judge have granted the no-knock warrant? I don't know what they were looking for. I don't know the danger that was present or that they anticipated being present. I don't know how dangerous the people were that were being hunted after. None of us do yet. And until we have all of the facts, we need to chill out, relax. Obviously, people were brokenhearted that a young black man lost his life. And from everything I can understand, young Amir did nothing wrong and should be, mourned his passing. But let's not say, well, since Amir did nothing wrong, then the police have to be completely wrong. No, that's not necessarily true. So let's use common sense. Let's think about this. Let's wait till more facts come out. And can we just accept that maybe, just maybe, sometimes things are going to happen in life that are nearly impossible to process, nearly impossible to justify. But can we also understand that not every single situation is cut and dry? That's evil and that's good. Sometimes things are so complicated. I mean, I'm not talking about sin, okay? It's either sin or not. But here we have a situation with police officers executing a lawful warrant given by a judge, doing their jobs, and a young man dies. I don't know how I could say anybody's wrong, but something obviously went wrong. I don't know. I'd like to know what you guys think about this. I do believe this is a time for rationale, reason. We need to be cautious and not eager to be vengeful. May God bless you.